Hey guys, it's Kim here with Verily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on this sock scrap down video. Today is August 1st and we finished July with 19 50-gram balls of sock yarn, mostly scraps. So today I get to cast on another sock, and these are my yarns. So this one is a very pale sky blue. This is a mystery sock yarn I got out of someone else's stash. Okay, I really like the colors on that. And then I'm going to finish off the sock with this blue that I dyed. So these both sock yarns that I dyed a long time ago, someone else's stash. I think that'll go well together. And the only one I didn't divide in half is this one because I have more than I need to knit the two socks. So I have my yarns divided so that I can knit two matching socks. I'm going to cast on the light blue and work it until it's gone. Then I'm going to work, depending on where I'm at then, I'm going to work all of this and I'll finish with this. That might change depending on where the colors end at on the sock. I may put some of this in between these two. We'll see. I don't know, but that's the fun of doing scrappy socks. So let's see how many socks I can knit in the month of August, and we'll see if this carries on into September. We'll see how much I do. If I only do like one or two pair of socks, we'll just roll this over into September. But I'm also ready to cast on my Sailor Swift top. So I've got the yarn here, which means I will be using up more sock yarn, but this is not part of the scrap stash. So what's left over will be added to the scrap stash. But anyway, I'm going to include this in the video because it's still sock yarn, but it won't count towards the totals that I use up, and who knows if I even get this done this month. I have a linen top I'm working on, and honestly that's priority, but I've been wanting to cast this on for so long. So today is cast on day. Why don't I quit talking and get to knitting? mid-month check-in. It is Thursday. Don't know what day of the week it is. It is Thursday, August 15th. And I have knit a total of 5 socks this month. So on the first, I cast on for these. And they are slightly different because I knit just the cuff in the blue, and then I broke the yarn and I knit this color, and then I added in the blue, and it just wasn't worth connecting all those number of times. So for the second one, I just knit the cuff, and then I started knitting the leg with the light blue, and then switched when the light blue ran out. That was easier. So they're almost the same. So that's one sock down. Cast off on the 5th. So this pair took me 5 days. This pair was cast on the 5th immediately and cast off on the 10th. This sock was cast on the 11th, I believe, and cast off on the 13th. And I haven't started the next one yet, although I've got it ready to go. I literally stuck this in my purse today thinking I would have time in the car rider line at the high school, because sometimes I get there early. Well, I got there late. So I didn't have time to knit. So it's still just the needles stuck in a teeny weeny ball of yarn. But I did add to the totals. And I don't know if I'm going to still do the 50-gram balls like Retro Claude is doing, or if I'm just going to go by grams. Grams might be easier because I can do like exact measurements that way. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think it matters. So I had swatches in my dresser drawer, my extra hair stuff, earrings, nail polish, random stuff drawer that I also keep my computer in so that doesn't get damaged, which I did after it fell off the loom and I thought it was busted for good. Started putting it in that drawer just to keep it from getting hurt again. So these were in there from when I had designed I'm just gonna throw these at myself. When I had designed a pair of socks, let me go get those. Okay, I had designed these beautiful socks for my man. And see how much bigger his socks are from mine. Anyway, so these are just gorgeous socks. Hard to believe these are my pattern. Still don't have the ability to create that chart, so I can't publish the pattern. But I had knit 2 different swatches, and somehow, some way, they're each 13 grams. So I've got 26 grams to add to my totals. Done. The computer's right next to me. I have it all pulled up on the spreadsheet. So easy to do. I'm probably going to cast this on either tonight or tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow, as I'm working on a couple of other projects today and yesterday, just taking a break from socks and trying to get some progress on a couple other things, which I'll share with you in another video another time. But I hope to have to knit the second sock over the weekend. If I take it with me tomorrow, I should get most of the sock knit, because I'm going to sit for an hour at Nova's Glass in Livonia and get a new window put on the what do they call the door that opens in the back? I call it the trunk door. The gate lift, the lift gate, the whatever they call it. Anyway, it's an SUV. They don't call it a trunk door. So it's the window on the trunk, and it got busted by a landscape company that was cutting grass when I took my laundry to the laundromat on August 5th, which was a Monday. Not a pleasant day, and it was about, well, they paid for it Tuesday, finally. So it's like pulling teeth to get them to pay for it, but they finally did. And my appointment is tomorrow. So maybe I will get the second sock halfway done tomorrow, or at least started, and then I'll have the sock going. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done, a good bit of it done, while I'm waiting on the window to get replaced, because life, you know, life. Anyway, back to knitting, and I'll try to remember to check in another week. The last one, first of all, I showed you the wrong sock. These are the socks that I designed, not the other ones. The other ones were a test knit for another designer. So I am knitting this pattern again in a slightly smaller size. These are the largest size, so the X large on 80 stitches, and they're just a little bit too big around. So I am knitting the same pattern on 72 stitches, and once I get a few more samples knit, I'll probably send it to test knitters. I've got to change a couple of things in the charts. I've got to redo the charts. Yeah, but that's beside the point. So on the last update, not only did I show you the wrong sock, not my design, but I had been knitting on these. And then as soon as I finished these, I started this sock here. And as you can see, it is my pattern. It's showing up beautifully in this deep gold. This is supposed to be bronze. Was originally supposed to be bronze. Don't think I did the greatest job. I think it's more of a dark gold. So, and it's funny because I was using my new Hedwig stitch marker, and I will have links to where you can purchase your own custom stitch markers or go check out Gabby's store. She made my Hedwig for me. I just told her I wanted Harry Potter themed, and she came up with the designs herself. I'm super happy. Anyway, so I got pictures I'm going to show you here of Hedwig and the sock actually matching, which was not planned when I stuck Hedwig on here. And I no longer need a stitch marker, so I'm not using it right now. But I was on the leg. Well, I had just started right after the last one. So I cast this on the 18th, August 18th. It is now the 22nd, and I have my notes sitting next to me, so I'm looking at them. while I'm knitting this one, it is a scrap busting because I had already added this full skein of yarn to the scrap stash. So this one is a scrap busting, but I have begun gift knitting. This is a gift, so this is the first one. It'll show up in another video. And then I've got another one that I started, and all of the yarns, I'm going to turn this to gray really quick before you see all of these, because I don't want to spoil it. A lot of the recipients, some of the recipients watch my channel and some of them don't. So I have, let's see if I can do this, black and white here, so you cannot see the colors. I have all of these to knit up for people for Christmas. It's actually, I didn't show you one of them because it wouldn't fit on the stack. So I've got 5 more gifts to knit, gift socks to knit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So, and I'm not showing you any of those after this in the scrap stash busting because they're not from the scrap stash. I would have to add 7 400-gram quantities. So that's 2,800 grams that I would have to add to the scrap stash. And it's not technically scraps until I have knit these down. Now, this one that I had added into the scraps was because I was pairing it with scraps. So I think that counts. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to be busy knitting from now until Christmas on not just the socks, but my huge project as well. So instead of yammering on, why don't I get back to it so I can get these. I didn't mean to throw those over there. Let's get back to it so that I can get this stuff done. I spent some time knitting on this sock this morning, and I actually got, I think I was about halfway through the gusset decreases, and I finished those, and I knit, so from around where the needle's at to down here all today. It's going really fast now that I'm just doing stockinette on the bottom. I just hit myself in the nose with the needle. Yeah, let's get back to it, and hopefully I can get this finished the next day or so and start the second one. I might take a break. I don't know. I want to get this finished before the end of the month so I have another pair of socks this month. wrap up of this sock scrap down video. So let me just show you the socks and where we're at. The first pair was cast on August 1st and cast off August 5th. The second pair was cast on August 5th and cast off on the 10th. And then I cast on these on like the 11th, I think. And I cast them off on the 17th. So these took a little bit longer, but I did have a busted window that I was dealing with at the time for most of this. It's fixed. It's fixed. But I did not get any knitting done while the window was being replaced because my daughter went with me and we took a walk to a local grocery store, and when we came back the car was just about done, so we had about 10 minutes to sit there. I didn't bother to knit. We just looked at our phones for a few minutes. We were pretty tired from walking a mile in the heat, and then thankfully it wasn't a terribly hot day, but it was not pleasant. So, and then I cast these on the August 18th, my own design. I'm really happy with them, and I'm actually really liking this deeper gold. This is a failed, no, I just said the name of the color earlier, bronze. It's supposed to be bronze. I didn't quite make bronze. So this was my Ravenclaw bronze color that failed, but it's really beautiful and I like it, and I finished these on August 30th. So just in the nick of time, got these done. I had to really discipline myself to finish the second one. These cabled socks always take me forever, and I hate doing them because it's not mindless stockinette. But I got it done, and I'm very happy. So that's 4 pair of socks done this month, not counting the ones I have started and ripped out and started and ripped out for gift knitting. We'll get into that in months when it's gift knit season is over with. So I said at the beginning that we started with 19 balls of wool, and we're going to switch to grams. 987 grams is what we started with when I started tracking. So that was the beginning totals. So we ended July with, and we added 200 grams to July's total. We used 302, so that's 102 grams down, which puts us at 874 grams total. That's what we started the month of August with. Yes, that we is the royal me, myself, and I, apparently. That was not just 3 pair of socks. That was like 6 pair of socks. Okay, so from April through July, that's how many I did. And then in August, I knit up 293 grams of yarn, and I knit 4 pair of socks. And I added 26 grams to the totals. So the total at the end of August is 520 grams. That is significantly lower than our starting point at the beginning of August, which was 874. So I'm really, really happy with those numbers, and they're getting awfully low. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. And when I was talking about the gift knits, I counted each skein of yarn as 400 grams. They are 100 gram skeins. So I would only add 700 grams to my totals if I added all 7 skeins of yarn. So I don't know where my brain was. That was weird. I guess I was thinking 4 ounces and just translated it to 400 grams. And then I think I did the math correctly, but yeah. But no, it wasn't going to be 2,800 grams. It was going to be 700 grams. So I don't know where my brain was, but that's beside the point. I'm happy to have the first gift knit done. I'm happy to have 4 pair of socks knit this month from the scrap stash, and I am going to focus on gift knits and the super secret knit that I'm working on for Christmas. And I will not do another scrap down until I am at least done with the gift knitting, because I can't show that to you. So I do it. But I will show you this is what I knit for gift knitting after Christmas probably. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun filming this, and the whole fiasco with the car was not pleasant, but it added a little spice to life, and it did get taken care of. And I didn't have to pay for the new window because I wasn't the one that damaged it. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was a very stressful 2 weeks, week and a half, until they paid for it. It was just over a week, and that was very stressful, but it's done now, and my car's perfectly fine. There's still glass rattling around inside the trunk door. They pulled the panel off and got out as much as they could, but there's a lot of little nooks and crannies for little tiny pieces of glass to wedge in. So I hear them rattling around in the trunk door when I shut it. It's so funny. They'll eventually work their way out and everything will be fine. But it's so nice to be able to open my trunk again and not have to worry about glass getting everywhere. They did a very thorough job vacuuming all the glass up. And I did go through the car wash a couple of days later. They say when you get a new window, do not go through the car wash. Do not slam doors. I even had to keep my windows open a little bit in order to shut a door so that the vacuum of the air wouldn't push the window off because the glue was still wet. So they said give it an hour. Do not shut doors unless you have a window open. Do not slam that trunk. And don't go through the car wash. I was like, well, dang, I was going to go straight to the car wash. But it made sense. And we were very careful for about 3 days. And then I went through the car wash because I didn't want anything happening to that window, that, $400 window with the defrost and everything on it. Yeah, we don't want to go through that again. So, and I certainly don't want to have to pay for a window because I didn't follow instructions and was careless and busted a brand new window. No, that ain't happening. That was enough of a headache. I only want to go through that once. But I'm happy to have it done, and I got to spend some quality time with my daughter, and it was nice to get that taken care of. And the rest of the month has gone really well, except that we've been sick off and on. And so my knitting mojo is kind of I just want to nap. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this vlog, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!